What is good, everybody? It's your boy Jay in the building. We is back again with another video. All right, man. So, I'm pretty sure by now that you guys know that the SWAC have just announced the players who are going to be representing for Media Day. That's going to be happening next week. And before I talk about the anticipation and the expectation for the season in terms of the SWAC, I kind of just want to read off the names of all the players who are going to be representing for each team. So you have receiver Abdul Fatih Ibrahim and running back Gary Quarles representing for Alabama A&M. You got quarterback Demarius Davis and DB Rashad Davis representing for Alabama State. You have receiver CJ Bowler and DB Kimron Kingsler Jr. representing for Alcorn State. You got tight end Kamari Averett and DB Amari Hill Robinson representing for Bethune-Cookman. You got linebacker Isaiah Land and receiver Xavier Smith representing FAMU. You have Tyler Thomas, offensive lineman, and you have Joshua Reed, linebacker. They have him listed as a DB. He's not a DB, he's a linebacker. But they're representing Grambling State. You got quarterback Shedeur Sanders and DB Travis Hunter representing for Jackson State. You got running back Caleb Johnson and D lineman Ronnie Thomas representing for Valley State. You got quarterback Trezon Conley and linebacker Trayvon Green representing for Fairview A&M. You have offensive lineman Dallas Black and D lineman Cameron Peterson representing for Southern. You got quarterback Andrew Body and defensive lineman DeMontario Anderson representing for Texas Southern. And then you got a quarterback Skylar Perry and offensive lineman Mark Evans II representing for Pine Bluff. Now, let's get to the season, man. Now, I think Media Day is going to be very important because I think this is going to give us, well, a lot of us, the first glimpse of what the guys are going to be anticipating how their season is going to go. And this may be the most anticipated season in the SWAC probably ever, in my eyes. I think this is probably the most anticipated season in the SWAC probably ever for this reason. The amount of transfers that not only Jackson State has, but hell, even with Alabama A&M grabbing the most FBS transfers in the FCS. I think they have almost, I think they were up to 41, if I'm not mistaken. They were at like 38, 39 at the time, by the time the National Signing Day had happened. They was at 39. And they got a few more even after that. So they're probably at 40 right now. But yeah, but the amount of talent that the teams in the SWAC alone grabbed, with Travis being at Jackson State, with Grambling grabbing them, some Power 5 transfers, along with Faison Wilson, who was probably top 3 guys in the FCS that is coming straight out of high school. So you have Grambling State. You also have Southern, who has been picking up some real good pieces. You also have Alabama State and the job that they've been doing in this whole recruiting process. But I do want to say this, though. And we all know by now how important social media is. And I'm going to say this. It ain't but a few teams in the SWAC that have been putting themselves out there on social media to be seen. A la Jackson State. You have Grambling State. You have Southern. You have a little bit of Alabama State. So those 4 teams are the teams that have been putting the most content out in terms of their team. And I gotta say, man, it's not enough. Like for the anticipation to be this big for this season, there should have been a lot more teams out there to be putting themselves on social media. That's how you create, contraction for your team, especially with the amount of of the audience outside of the 50,000 people that they're gonna bring in every single home game. You got celebrities supporting Jackson State. You know what is gonna happen with Grambling State and first time head coach at Grambling State. With Hugh Jackson. What Eddie Robinson is gonna do with his first year coaching at Alabama State. What is with Alabama A&M gonna do with the amount of transfers that they've gotten. And even with FAMU, with Coach Willie, and with Southern, with Coach Cooley, this is gonna be a crazy season this year. Like, I know everybody is waiting on what exactly is gonna happen from the first game off the rip with Howard versus Alabama State. And I know that there may be a lot of people that's gonna pick Alabama State because of the job that Coach Eddie did. I'm not sleeping on Howard. And like I said before, that game is gonna be a lot closer than what people think. But I definitely can't wait for this season. I know the SWAC, with how heavily anticipated they are, it's going to be a crazy season this year. And all of us can't wait, man. But shout out to everybody who's going to be involved in Media Day. I can't wait to see all the interviews. Now it's going to be on ESPN3 at 10 o'clock next Thursday. So, and hopefully, if it's available on YouTube, I'll be able to react to it, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch it live. So hopefully I'll be able to catch it later, and I'll probably be able to react to it. Hopefully, but man, I hope everybody gets a chance to watch Media Day, and it is what it is, man. But shout out to the SWAC.